Imagine this. You're finally settling into that peaceful, restorative sleep you've been craving. The gentle rhythm of your breathing syncs with the quiet night air. And for the first time in months, you feel truly relaxed. But then, like clockwork, that familiar urge strikes. Your bladder feels full, insistent, demanding attention. You reluctantly leave the comfort of your bed, stumble through the dark hallway, and find yourself once again in the bathroom. This isn't a one-time occurrence. It's a nightly ritual that's become all too familiar for millions of men worldwide. If you're nodding your head right now, recognizing this scenario from your own life, you're not alone. This disruption to sleep, this constant battle with nature's call, is more than just an inconvenience. It's a clear signal from your body that something needs attention. But here's what most men don't realize, and what the medical establishment often fails to emphasize. Those midnight bathroom trips aren't just disrupting your sleep patterns. They're actually your prostate's way of sending you an urgent message. Your body is trying to tell you something important, something that could dramatically impact the quality of your golden years. The uncomfortable truth is that there's a conversation that should be happening in every doctor's office after men turn 60. A conversation about prevention, about taking control before symptoms become severe. Yet remarkably, this crucial discussion rarely takes place. Why? Because most men assume these symptoms are simply part of aging, an inevitable sentence they must accept and endure. But what if I told you that this assumption is completely wrong? What if I shared with you that there are specific, identifiable daily habits that are silently inflaming your prostate, and that by simply changing these habits, you can experience profound relief? My name is Dr. Luca Moretti, and I've dedicated over 30 years of my life to understanding the intricacies of male urological health. I've treated thousands of men, and I've witnessed firsthand the devastating impact that misinformation and resignation can have on their quality of life. I'm tired of seeing men suffer in silence, accepting discomfort as a normal part of aging when it's entirely preventable. Today, we're going to count down the 10 daily habits that are silently inflaming your prostate, and I guarantee you're practicing at least 5 of them without even realizing it. Some of these habits are so ingrained in our daily routines that we've stopped questioning their impact on our health. Others might surprise you, challenging long-held beliefs about what's normal or harmless. But this isn't just about identifying problems, it's about empowerment. By the end of this discussion, you'll have a clear roadmap to eliminate these villains from your routine and start feeling relief naturally and safely. Many healthy, pain-free men live into their 80s and 90s precisely because they've avoided these pitfalls. You can join their ranks. So, are you ready to uncover the secrets that could transform your nights, restore your confidence, and give you back control of your life? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change how you live the rest of your life. Habit number 10. The dehydration deception. Let's start our countdown with a habit that might seem counterintuitive at first. It's the myth that drinking less water at night will help you sleep better. This is one of the worst things you can do for your prostate, and it's a misconception that's causing untold suffering for millions of men. Here's the truth, and it's a truth that might challenge everything you thought you knew about hydration and prostate health. Not drinking enough water throughout the day makes your urine more acidic and concentrated. This highly concentrated urine doesn't just sit passively in your bladder. It actively irritates the bladder lining, creating a state of chronic inflammation. This irritated bladder then exerts pressure on the prostate gland, which sits directly below it and surrounds the urethra. It's a bit like having a balloon filled with irritating chemicals pressing against a sensitive nerve. That's why even with what feels like a half-empty bladder, you still experience that overwhelming urgency to go to the bathroom. The problem isn't the volume of urine, it's the concentration and the resulting irritation. Chronic dehydration becomes a cycle of silent damage that worsens with each passing day. You ignore your body's thirst signals. Your prostate, deprived of adequate hydration, struggles to maintain its normal function and structure. The glandular tissue becomes stressed, inflamed, and more susceptible to enlargement. The solution, fortunately, is beautifully simple and incredibly powerful. It's not about drinking massive amounts of water all at once, nor is it about avoiding water out of fear of nighttime trips. The key is drinking water consistently throughout the day, maintaining a steady flow of hydration that keeps your bodily fluids properly diluted. Don't wait to feel thirsty. By the time you experience thirst, you're already in the early stages of dehydration. Your body's thirst mechanism is a late warning system, not an early indicator. Your goal should be simple to identify. Clear urine. When your urine is pale yellow or nearly colorless, you know you're properly hydrated. This consistent hydration keeps your bladder calm and relaxed, significantly reducing the pressure it exerts on your prostate. It helps prevent the swelling and inflammation that lead to those frustrating urinary symptoms. Water isn't your enemy. It's quite literally your best ally in the fight for prostate health. Don't avoid water out of fear. Embrace it as a shield that protects one of your most vital organs. Habit number 9, the sitting syndrome. Our next habit is one that's become increasingly prevalent in our modern sedentary world, and it's particularly dangerous for men over 60. It's the habit of excessive sitting, and it's often a consequence of other problems that creates a vicious cycle of its own. Think about your typical day. When you feel tired, low on energy, what's the first thing you instinctively do? You sit down. You rest. It seems like the logical and right thing to do. After all, rest is supposed to be restorative, isn't it? But for your prostate, prolonged sitting is nothing short of a disaster waiting to happen. Every hour you spend sitting creates continuous, unrelenting pressure on your pelvis. This pressure doesn't just affect your comfort, it significantly reduces blood flow to the pelvic region, including your prostate gland. Reduced circulation means reduced oxygen and nutrients reaching the prostate tissue, while also impairing the body's ability to remove waste products and inflammatory markers. This creates a perfect storm for inflammation within the prostate. It's a vicious cycle that's difficult to break. Fatigue makes you want to sit more, and sitting worsens the inflammation that may be contributing to your urinary problems and general discomfort. This inflammation in turn affects your sleep quality and energy levels, perpetuating the cycle. Every 30 minutes, no matter what you're doing, stand up, stretch your arms above your head, walk to the kitchen and back. Look out the window. Take a moment to shift your weight from one foot to the other. This simple act accomplishes several crucial things. It relieves the constant pressure on your pelvis, reactivates circulation to the area, and signals to your body that it's still active and engaged. Remember, your body was designed for movement. It thrives on activity, even small amounts of it. Don't let a quiet, sedentary lifestyle create a loud and disruptive health problem. Your prostate and your overall well-being will thank you for those few minutes of movement every half hour. Habit number 8, the caffeine conundrum. Habit number 8 might hit close to home for many of you, especially those who consider themselves coffee connoisseurs or tea enthusiasts. It's the habit of drinking too much caffeine, and it's a direct irritant to both your bladder and your prostate that many men don't fully understand. Many men love their morning cup of coffee or their afternoon tea ritual, and there's nothing inherently wrong with enjoying these beverages in moderation. However, they often don't realize that caffeine acts as a powerful diuretic and bladder irritant. It increases urine production significantly, which means more frequent trips to the bathroom. But that's only part of the problem. Caffeine also makes complete emptying of the bladder more difficult. It can cause the bladder muscles to contract irregularly and can interfere with the coordination between the bladder and the sphincter muscles that control urine flow. This creates a frustrating cycle of pressure and inflammation that only worsens the symptoms of an enlarged prostate. That persistent discomfort, that sense of urgency that seems to come out of nowhere, it's often caffeine at work, silently aggravating your condition. The caffeine CG your nervous system, making you more sensitive to bladder sensations and creating a heightened sense of urgency even when your bladder isn't particularly full. So, what's the solution? The answer isn't to eliminate caffeine entirely, which would be unnecessarily restrictive and difficult for many people to maintain. Instead, the key is management and moderation. That first cup of the day? Enjoy it. It's part of your morning ritual and can provide a welcome boost of energy. But for subsequent cups throughout the day, consider switching to decaffeinated options or herbal teas that don't contain caffeine. You might be genuinely surprised at the relief this simple change can bring in just a few days. It's not about sacrifice or deprivation. It's about making smart, informed choices that give you back control and comfort. By reducing your overall caffeine intake, especially in the afternoon and evening, you're removing a significant source of bladder irritation and giving your prostate a chance to recover from constant stimulation. Habit number 7. The inflammatory diet trap. Habit number 7 strikes at the very heart of your hormonal health and masculinity, and it's something that's often overlooked in discussions about prostate health. I'm talking about the daily consumption of spicy and highly processed foods, a dietary pattern that's becoming increasingly common but has devastating effects on male health. Many men don't realize the profound connection between what they eat and their prostate health. The foods you consume have a direct and immediate impact on your hormone levels, particularly testosterone. Ultra-processed foods and those high in unhealthy fats can disrupt your delicate hormonal balance, favoring the production of estrogen while simultaneously reducing testosterone levels. This hormonal imbalance is a known and significant risk factor for prostate enlargement. When your body has too much estrogen relative to testosterone, it creates an environment that promotes prostate cell growth and inflammation. It's like adding fuel to a fire that's already smoldering. Add to this the direct physical irritation caused by very spicy foods, and you have the perfect recipe for chronic inflammation and ongoing discomfort. Spicy foods can irritate the entire digestive tract, including the bladder and urethra, creating a cascade of inflammatory responses that affect the prostate. But here's the good news. You can use food as medicine. Instead of maintaining a diet that disrupts your hormonal balance and promotes inflammation, you can adopt one that regulates and supports optimal health. A diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens, nuts, avocados, and berries doesn't just calm the prostate. It also helps optimize your hormone levels naturally. Think about it this way. If your meals primarily come from packages with long lists of unpronounceable ingredients, your health is largely in the hands of the food industry and their profit motives. But if your meals come from whole foods that grow from the earth, your health is in your hands, where it belongs. The choice is entirely yours, and it can dramatically change how you feel every single day. By making conscious choices about the foods you consume, you're not just feeding your body, you're actively supporting your prostate health and overall well-being. Habit number 6. The bladder bully. Before we continue, if this message is already resonating with you and making sense, take a moment to type 1 in the comments below. Let me know we're on the right track. If something doesn't quite click yet, type 0. Your feedback helps me make this content even better for you. And while you're at it, please click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon because you don't want to miss any of these vital health tips designed specifically for men over 60. Now, let's move to habit number 6. This is something we all do, often thinking it's completely harmless. But for your prostate, holding your urine for too long is like a slow-motion earthquake, causing damage that accumulates over time. Whether it's during an important meeting, stuck in traffic, or trying to hold it until a commercial break ends, every time you consciously ignore the urge to go to the bathroom, you're forcing your bladder to stretch beyond its natural limits. Think of it like continuously overfilling a balloon. The pressure builds and builds until something has to give. That pressure doesn't remain isolated within the bladder. It pushes downward, directly onto your prostate gland. Over time, this constant pressure causes microscopic injuries to the prostate tissue, leading to irritation, inflammation, and eventual swelling. It's a form of mechanical stress that your prostate simply wasn't designed to withstand continuously. The problem becomes even more pronounced for older men as the muscles that control urinary function naturally weaken with age. Holding urine can lead to incomplete emptying, leaving behind stagnant urine that becomes an ideal breeding ground for bacteria and potential infections. These infections further aggravate inflammation and can create a cycle of recurring problems. The solution to this habit is beautifully simple, yet surprisingly difficult for many men to implement. It's the simplest of all the habits we'll discuss. Listen to your body. When nature calls, answer. Don't delay, don't make excuses, don't convince yourself that you can hold it just a little longer. Remember that your bladder and prostate are a team working together to manage one of your most essential bodily functions. Stress on one directly affects the other. Respecting your body's natural signals and responding promptly to the urge to urinate is one of your most powerful defenses against prostate problems. It might require some adjustment to your daily routine, perhaps planning bathroom breaks more strategically or being more mindful of your body's signals. But the investment in changing this habit will pay dividends in comfort, health, and quality of life that far outweigh any minor inconvenience. Habit number 5. The smoke screen. We've reached habit number 5, and there's no middle ground here. It's undoubtedly one of the worst enemies of your prostate health. And please don't be fooled by thinking this only applies to active smokers. Being around secondhand smoke is almost as harmful and presents nearly the same risks. Think of every cigarette, whether you're smoking it or simply breathing in the smoke from someone else's cigarette, as a chemical bomb detonating inside your body. The thousands of toxins present in cigarette smoke don't just affect your lungs, they reduce blood flow throughout your entire body, effectively suffocating your prostate and other vital organs. These toxins cause massive systemic inflammation and directly damage the delicate tissues of the prostate gland. They interfere with the body's natural repair mechanisms and steal the antioxidants your body needs to defend itself against cellular damage. Over time, this constant chemical assault doesn't just lead to prostate enlargement, it significantly increases the risk of more serious conditions, including cancer. For men over 60, the damage from smoking is accelerated and more severe. Your body's natural ability to repair itself slows down with age, and smoking steals away the resources needed for this essential maintenance work. The combination of reduced repair capacity and continued chemical damage creates a perfect storm for prostate problems. If you're a smoker, the best decision you can make for your health today is to seek help to quit. Talk to your doctor about smoking cessation programs, nicotine replacement therapies, or other support tools that can help you break free from this destructive habit. The good news is that the benefits of quitting are almost immediate. Within just a few weeks of quitting, your circulation starts to improve significantly. Inflammation throughout your body begins to decrease, and your prostate can finally start the process of healing. Your body's natural repair mechanisms, no longer overwhelmed by constant chemical assault, can begin to address the damage that's been accumulating over years of smoking. And if you don't smoke, make your health a non-negotiable priority. Avoid smoky environments whenever possible, whether it's choosing restaurants that are strictly non-smoking, avoiding social situations where smoking is prevalent, or politely asking people not to smoke near you. These decisions can add years of health and comfort to your life. It's never too late to protect your body from the devastating effects of tobacco smoke. Every day you remain smoke-free is a victory for your prostate health and your overall well-being. Habit number 4, the neglected maintenance. Habit number 4 reveals a fundamental flaw in how many men approach their health, and it's a flaw that can have devastating consequences. It's the habit of treating your body worse than you treat your car, a comparison that might seem harsh, but is unfortunately accurate for far too many men. Think about it honestly. You take your car for regular oil changes, tire rotations, and scheduled maintenance to prevent breakdowns, right? You follow the manufacturer's recommendations because you understand that preventive care extends the life of your vehicle and prevents costly repairs down the road. But when was the last time you did a truly preventive checkup for your own body? For many men, the answer is sobering. Only when the warning lights start flashing, only when symptoms become unbearable, or only when a crisis forces their hand. This reactive approach to health is a dangerous game, especially when it comes to prostate health. Prostate problems, particularly in their early stages, grow silently. They don't announce their presence with obvious symptoms or dramatic warning signs. By the time you finally feel something is wrong, that persistent urge to urinate, the weak stream, the feeling that your bladder never fully empties, the underlying issue may already be quite advanced. A simple annual checkup, including a prostate-specific antigen, PSA test, and yes, a digital rectal exam, isn't about looking for disease. It's about ensuring continued health and catching potential problems while they're still easily manageable. These quick, relatively simple procedures are actually life-saving tools that allow healthcare providers to detect any signs of inflammation, growth, or other changes long before they become serious problems. I know it can be uncomfortable to discuss these intimate aspects of health, and I understand the reluctance many men feel about these examinations. But delaying that important conversation with your healthcare provider means missing the chance to act early, when intervention is most effective and least invasive. A problem caught early can often be resolved with simple lifestyle changes, dietary modifications, or natural interventions. An ignored problem, however, can lead to the need for medications with potentially serious side effects or even surgical intervention. Don't wait for symptoms to become unbearable or for your quality of life to be significantly compromised. Taking care of your health proactively is the smartest habit you can adopt, and it's one that pays dividends in comfort, confidence, and longevity. Schedule that appointment with your urologist or primary care physician. It's the best maintenance you can do for the most important machine you'll ever own, your body. Habit number 3, the meat monster. Let's talk about habit number 3. And this is about a choice you make every single day, often without fully considering its long-term implications. It's the habit of eating too much red and processed meat, a dietary pattern that's directly linked to increased inflammation and a higher risk of prostate problems. The scientific evidence on this connection is clear and compelling. A diet high in red and processed meats, think bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and heavily processed deli meats, is directly associated with increased systemic inflammation and a significantly higher risk of developing prostate issues. The saturated fats and chemical additives used in processing are the primary culprits behind this connection. In older adults, where digestive efficiency naturally declines and the body's ability to process and eliminate toxins becomes less effective, this habit can lead to a destructive cycle of inflammation, weight gain, and hormonal imbalance that your prostate simply cannot withstand over time. The combination of reduced digestive capacity and continued consumption of inflammatory foods creates a perfect storm for prostate problems. But you don't have to give up everything you love about food to protect your prostate health. The key is finding balance and making informed choices about the proteins you consume. Instead of viewing this as a strict restriction, see it as an opportunity to optimize your health through better nutrition. Try limiting red meat consumption to special occasions, perhaps once or twice a week rather than daily. On other days, explore the incredible power of alternative protein sources. Fish, particularly fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, is fantastic for prostate health due to its high omega-3 fatty acid content, which has powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Chicken, when prepared healthily, grilled, baked, or roasted rather than fried, is an excellent lean protein option. And don't overlook plant-based proteins like lentils, beans, and quinoa, which are not only rich in protein, but also packed with fiber that improves your digestive health and helps eliminate toxins from your body. Every healthy meal you choose is a step toward fewer symptoms, less inflammation, and more overall well-being. It's about progress, not perfection. Small changes in your dietary habits, maintained consistently over time, can lead to remarkable improvements in your prostate health and quality of life. Habit number 2. The belly fat betrayal. Now we reach habit number 2, and this one is about a type of fat that many men don't even realize is actively attacking their prostate health. If you want to understand the state of your hormonal health, often all you need to do is look at your waistline. Carrying excess belly fat isn't just about appearance or fitting into your clothes more comfortably. That extra abdominal fat isn't just inert weight. It's actually an active endocrine gland that's actively sabotaging your masculinity and your health. This visceral fat produces inflammatory substances continuously and, even worse, converts your precious testosterone into estrogen through a process called aromatization. This combination of chronic systemic inflammation and hormonal imbalance is absolutely disastrous for your prostate health. It directly contributes to prostate enlargement and all the frustrating problems that come with it. Frequent urination, weak urine stream, incomplete emptying, and even erectile dysfunction. The connection between belly fat, hormones, and prostate health is one of the most important relationships men need to understand. The solution, fortunately, doesn't require extreme measures or crash diets that are impossible to maintain. It's about building positive momentum through small, sustainable changes that compound over time. Start today with something as simple as a daily walk. Even 10 to 15 minutes can make a difference. Tomorrow, swap one sugary drink for water. The day after, add more vegetables to your plate. The beauty of addressing belly fat is that losing even a relatively small percentage of your body weight, as little as 5%, can lead to significant relief from prostate symptoms and improved overall health. Many men are amazed at how quickly they feel better once they start making these changes. Remember, belly fat isn't a sign of inevitable aging. It's a sign of metabolic stress and lifestyle factors that can be addressed. By taking steps to reduce abdominal fat through better nutrition and increased physical activity, you're not just improving your appearance. You're defending your hormones, protecting your prostate health, and investing in a longer, healthier life. Habit number 1. The stress stranglehold. And finally, we reach habit number 1, the habit that most men overlook, yet it's often the root cause that worsens all the other 9 habits we've discussed. It's the habit of living with unmanaged chronic stress, and it's perhaps the most insidious threat to your prostate health. Think about it honestly. Stress makes you eat poorly, reaching for comfort foods that are often high in inflammatory ingredients. Stress makes you more likely to smoke or drink alcohol as coping mechanisms. Stress makes you sleep less and sit more, creating a cascade of negative health effects. Stress is the trigger for nearly all the other bad habits that damage your prostate. But the physiological impact of chronic stress goes even deeper. Constant stress releases cortisol, a hormone that creates systemic inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation doesn't discriminate. It affects every organ and system, including your prostate. Cortisol also tenses your pelvic muscles unconsciously, creating additional pressure and discomfort in the pelvic region. Perhaps most damaging of all, chronic stress disrupts your testosterone production, creating the same hormonal imbalance we discussed with belly fat and poor dietary choices. It's the silent enemy working behind the scenes, making your prostate the perfect target for inflammation and enlargement. Many men, especially those who've been socialized to view stress as a badge of honor or a sign of dedication to work and family, carry chronic stress like it's a mark of distinction. But the reality is that this constant state of stress is literally killing you from the inside out, affecting not just your prostate, but your cardiovascular health, your immune system, and your overall quality of life. The good news is that the solution is simple and entirely within your reach. You don't need expensive treatments or complicated interventions. Start today with something as basic as taking 10 minutes to breathe deeply without any distractions. Go for a walk in nature, even if it's just around the block. Call a friend or family member to connect socially. Prioritize your sleep by establishing a consistent bedtime routine. These acts of self-care aren't signs of weakness. They're the highest form of strength and wisdom. Managing your stress effectively is quite possibly the most powerful step you can take for your health, because by doing so, you not only help your prostate directly, but also make it significantly easier to address all the other habits we've discussed. When your stress levels are under control, you'll find it easier to make better food choices, maintain a consistent exercise routine, get adequate sleep, and avoid the destructive coping mechanisms that damage your health. Stress management becomes the foundation for all other positive health changes. The path forward: hope and empowerment. We've covered the 10 habits that may be silently enlarging your prostate and compromising your quality of life. But the most important message I want you to take from this discussion isn't fear, it's hope. The hope of knowing that you have control over your health and your future. The hope of knowing that it's never too late to make positive changes. The hope that small, consistent changes can lead to massive, life-transforming results. Don't accept discomfort as a normal part of aging. Don't accept fatigue, frequent urination, or sleep disruption as inevitable consequences of getting older. Your body has an incredible innate ability to heal and regenerate, but it needs the right conditions and the removal of obstacles to do so effectively. And now you have the knowledge and understanding to start making those changes. You don't need to tackle all 10 habits at once. That would be overwhelming and unsustainable. Start with one step, just one habit that resonates most strongly with your current situation. Master that change, make it a natural part of your routine, and then add another. Remember the importance of consistency over intensity. Small, daily actions that you can maintain over weeks and months will create far more lasting change than dramatic efforts that you abandon after a few days. Your body responds to consistency, and it will reward your persistence with improved energy, better sleep, and renewed confidence. I know that changing long-standing habits can feel daunting, and many of you are probably wondering if there's something you can do today to start feeling a difference, especially at night when symptoms are most disruptive. The answer is absolutely yes, and it can take as little as 15 seconds. There's a simple bedtime ritual focused on reducing prostate swelling while your body regenerates during sleep. The results I've seen in my practice and the feedback I've received from patients are truly remarkable, with men reporting significant relief from nighttime symptoms in just a few weeks of consistent practice. To keep our discussion flowing naturally without interruption, I've prepared a short, detailed video explaining this specific method. The link is pinned in the first comment below. It's the first thing you'll see when you scroll down. I promise yourself that you'll click on it after watching this video, because this technique could be absolutely transformative for your nighttime comfort and sleep quality. Your health journey. Taking action. Today. If this discussion has touched you, helped you understand your symptoms better, or given you something new to think about, don't keep this information to yourself. Knowledge is only powerful when it's shared. Go ahead and hit the like button to let us know this content is making a real difference in people's lives. Share this video with a friend, a brother, a father, or anyone you care about who might be struggling with similar issues. Quality health information shared at the right time can literally save lives and restore quality of life to those who feel they've lost it. And if you have a moment, please drop a comment below. Tell me what resonated most with you from today's discussion, or let me know what topic you'd like me to cover in future videos. Your voice and feedback help shape the direction of this channel and ensure we're providing the information that matters most to you. Your city, your country. I read every single comment, and it means the world to me to connect with viewers from around the globe who are taking their health seriously. Before you go, please take a moment to share where you're tuning in from. These connections remind me why I'm so passionate about sharing this information. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, take care of yourself. Your health is your most precious asset, and investing in it is the smartest decision you can make. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring ways to optimize men's health and vitality at every age. Remember, you have more control over your prostate health and your quality of life than you might realize. The habits we've discussed today aren't just problems to avoid. They're opportunities to reclaim your vitality, your sleep, and your confidence. The choice is yours, and the time to act is now.